Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our Plant of the Week podcast, brought to you by Bonide Products, family made in America. Visit Bonide.com to find a retailer near you. Each week, Plant Talk Radio's Fred Hauer focuses on a plant that would be a great addition to your landscape. Now for this week's Bonide Products Plant of the Week. Plants of the Week.
Well, plants of the week are two, and they're both trees, and I've mentioned the one in terms of ginkgo. I have a mental picture of a single ginkgo that I saw way back in time that stood way out on the corner of a property, and if you were standing there in the summer day and didn't realize it was a ginkgo and so on, you wouldn't even have known that that piece of the property belonged to the owner. And then I was back in the fall, and it happened to be just about now, for other purposes, and I looked back in that corner, and the tree had about half defoliated, so it had a magnificent yellow apron under it, as well as the leaves that were on the tree. It was the largest cone of yellow I've seen, and I walked back at long length and found that this, by my stride, not actual measurement, but by my stride, it was almost 80 feet across. It was, the limbs were a little bit profuse. It would have been a nice thing for the arborist to thin it out. But the whole point is, on ginkgo, they go along doing their thing quite nicely almost all the time. They put up with our gases and some of our water problems, and they'll handle a little drought and so on and so forth. But when it comes fall, they will turn yellow almost, not quite instantaneously, but they'll turn yellow, hang, and then in one given day, it seems, with no wind, no nothing, they just what is called that abscission layer at the bottom of the stem of the leaf forms, and they all come flopping down, whooping, if you will, onto the ground and make this magnificent scene. Now, they don't stand up very well to deterioration. You've got less than a week to enjoy that big skirt of yellow under the tree. But that one, and then to pick up on the other, to enlarge on that area, let's just say the sugar maple. There are many, many, many cultivars, natural crosses throughout the woods and so on. It is one of Ohio's more beautiful trees, in my opinion. The right now, this year, unfortunately, I haven't seen any that I call flaming, but it is not uncommon to see sugar maple at a distance that looks like a humongous bonfire. Bonfires with a lot of good dry wood in them have a golden yellow to orange character to them, and wow. So you put a ginkgo anywhere near sugar maple, you've got a color combination that is going to be indelible in your mind from then on.
Thanks again for listening to our podcast, brought to you by Bonide Products at Bonide.com. Plant Talk Radio offers other podcasts as well, including our daily Your Gardening Question podcast and our weekly Plant Talk Radio, all available on iTunes or your preferred podcast player. If you have a plant suggestion for Fred, send him an email, fred@planttalkradio.com.